In this video, we're going to show you a full review of a HD chair by Pride Mobility, so stay tuned. This particular unit here is the Jazzy Elite HD. This unit has been around for quite some time, so it is a very dependable unit that has been well tested in the field. This is a 450-pound weight capacity unit that's going to get a user up to about 9 miles on a full charge. Now that's going to vary based on the weight of the user and the terrain and they're using it and how they're also driving the chair. So do remember, if you're going and stopping and going a lot, you're going to get less distance than you would if you were driving straight without stopping, kind of like in a vehicle. Now what makes this unit nice is there comes with 3 different seat sizes on this unit. You can get an 18-inch wide, a 20-inch wide, or a 22-inch wide. Now those are the standard seats you can get on this unit. You can also get a customized seat of up to 24 inches in width if needed, but that is additional than what's included in the price on the unit. So the seats are very nice, very comfortable on these units, but they do sit on 4 posts. So you are not going to swivel the seat on this particular unit, but you are able to buy like transit tie down loops and tie them right into the seat posts or into the seat brackets, because you have the 4 tie down points built in right there onto your frame. Now, this particular unit on these seats, they're called limited recline seats. So if you were to pull your handle, you can recline back to about 110 degrees. Now, you are able to fold the seat all the way forward as well if you do want to store the unit. I will measure that, but I want to say the top of the unit's going to be the highest point. If you were to fold the seat down, a lot of people ask us that if they're trying to get it into a vehicle or do different things, is going to be this joystick knob right there. That joystick knob is going to sit at about 29.5 inches. Now, you are able to loosen this up underneath here, and you could flip that joystick upside down, and then your highest point is probably the armrest, which is going to get you down to about 27.5 inches. So just know, if you have anything 30 inches to 27.5 inches, you can make this unit work in whatever vehicle or however you're trying to fit this. Now, do remember, when you see seat sizes and you see measurements online, a lot of times they're going to give you what's going to be the measurement of the wheelbase. So this particular unit is going to measure, and I'll put a tape measure on it to be certain, but it's going to measure about 24 inches in overall width. So sometimes people see that and they're like, but I want to go with a 22-inch seat. Do remember, your armrests are about 2.5 inches, so whatever on either side. So whatever you're doing on your seat, a 22-inch seat's really going to put you closer to 27. This is going to put you 27 3/4, so almost 28 inches of overall width on the 22-inch seat. Now the 22-inch seat is very nice. It is very comfortable. If you really put a tape measure on it, up here at the widest point, it measures 23 inches. So they call it a 22-inch seat, but you can really get about 23 inches of usable space. Now all these seats are depth adjustable as well. So there is a couple screws up underneath here that you would loosen, and the backrest would slide back. So just know, if you go with an 18-inch seat, you can get up to 20 inches in depth. If you went with a 22-inch seat, you can get, or I'm sorry, a 20-inch seat, you can get up to 22 inches in depth. But a 22-inch seat, the most you can go with is a 22. So you're not going to go deeper than a 22 on that particular size seat. Now all of these units do come, all the seats come with a rear docking device that's built into the back of the unit. So if you are trying to put a rear basket, walker holder, cane holder, oxygen tank holder, all of that would slide right here into the back of the unit. Now the joystick on this particular unit is on the right-hand side, but the joystick can very easily, with an Allen key, be swapped over to the left-hand side. Both armrests on these units do flip up, so if you want to transfer in, but do remember, the seat does not swivel. The 4 points of contact for your seat is going to make it more stable than on something else that might sit on a single seat post. So people do like that for this particular reason. Now this is what's called a front wheel drive unit. So you have little tip wheels in the front of your large 14-inch drive wheels, and then you have 2 swivel wheels in the back. So a front wheel drive is going to perform a little bit better outside on non-paved surfaces than a mid-wheel drive unit. So this configuration is considered a front wheel drive. And another reason that people like it too is when they're getting in and out of the unit, those tip wheels are only really maybe about 3.5 inches from the front of the seat. So if you were to get in and out of this unit, your foot plate does flip up. you can just kind of imagine if you were trying to get back in this unit, you can kind of pull your feet almost all the way up to the seat, and then you can sit down. Same with getting out. So you got to imagine some of the other units that are mid-wheel drive, you're going to have front sole wheels over here. So you either have to put your feet in between them, or you got to put your feet way out to get out of the unit. So here you have a nice sturdy base. You can push off the arms. It's easy access to get in and out of the unit. Now this particular unit is not fast, but it's built for power. So this has a 4-mile-an-hour top end speed, while still having the 450-pound weight capacity. There is about a 3-inch ground clearance on there, so there's a decent ground clearance on this particular unit over others. What you're going to see spec-wise online too, they're going to say 35.5 inches in overall length. That is with the foot plate flipped up. So with your foot plate actually down, you're going to get closer to about 43 inches from the front of the foot plate to the back of the back tip wheel. Now the foot plate on this unit is a solid metal foot plate that does flip up. There's not a lot of adjustability on it, but at the widest point it's 13.5 inches. At the deepest point it's 11 inches. So it is a decent sized foot plate that you are able to add to this unit. The electronics that come on this unit is going to be a Lynx joystick. This is a dynamic controller. This is called the Lynx. They used to have the Shark Dynamic, and then they switched over to the Lynx controller. So it does have an easy quick disconnect back here. So if you ever want to leave your chair and you're wondering, hey, I don't want a kid to come turn it on, you are able to plug the power cord right here from the back of the joystick, and you are able to turn the power off on this unit. Now, like pretty much all power chairs out there, you're going to have 2 motors. They're actually located right here behind the drive wheel. But in order to put this unit in freewheel, they move the levers up here up front. On a lot of units, the levers are kind of back by the motors. On the Elite HD, they made it a little bit easier access. You're going to see these yellow handles up here in the front. If you were to pull these out towards the drive wheel, that's going to disengage the electromagnetic brakes in the unit, and then you're going to be able to drive it. Now, a lot of times people are going to say, hey, my unit's not driving. This particular unit's not really giving you a fault code when you're in neutral, but you can hear the motors click, and you're wondering why you're not moving. I would always come over here and check to make sure these levers did not get disengaged, because it will not drive if it does not recognize the motors. On this particular unit, what I've heard a lot of people call in and they say, hey, I have the first light, the middle light, and the last light that are blinking on my joystick, and they're not quite sure what that is. That's actually, they locked their controller. And I think lock and unlock on this might be if somebody just holds the power button down for too long and they push the joystick forward and backwards, it can lock out the joystick. So if you have the first red light, the middle orange light, and the last green light blinking, all you have to do is hit the horn button twice, located right here on the top of the joystick, and it will unlock the unit and you're able to drive the unit. Also remember, when your charger's plugged into the unit, it will have an inhibit and it will not drive the unit either. Now the Jazzy Elite HD comes in this candy apple red, or it comes in what they call the true blue. So there's 2 color options on these particular units here as well. So with this unit being about 43 inches in length, you're going to need about 24 inches of a turning radius to turn this. So turning radius, that means if it's 24, you're really going to need about 48 inches to turn this in a circle. If this was a mid-wheel drive, it would turn closer to the exact double the length of the unit is of 43, but since this is a front wheel drive, it's going to take a few more inches to turn than a mid wheel drive. But do remember, front wheel drives are typically the easiest to navigate for people, and they're going to be the best for outdoors. So we do have lots of YouTube videos out there as well that are going to show a lot of different things of how to switch the joystick, sometimes how to add a swing away, how to adjust certain functions on the seat. But in the back here, I wanted to show you on this particular unit, it's very easy to change the batteries on this unit. There's 2 55 amp batteries. You have 2 yellow tabs here in the back. If you twist those tabs, this rear section will come off and your 2 batteries slide out from the back. All right, so to recap this unit, this is the Jazzy Elite HD, 450-pound capacity, about 9 miles on a full charge and 4 miles an hour top end speed. Do remember, you can get up to a 22-inch seat, which really measures 23 inches. And you can get this unit in either red or in blue. It's a fantastic unit that sits on 4 posts. It's a very dependable unit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go drive it outside so you can kind of see the turning radius and how I would fit in this unit, being somebody that's 6 foot tall, 220 pounds. This is the Jazzy Elite HD, the 450-pound weight capacity. This is the front wheel drive unit here. This particular unit, I believe, was about almost 23 inches for the turning radius. Now the turning speed on this unit is a little bit slow. If you do buy one of these from us and we ship it from our shop, we are able to actually increase the turning speeds There's certain parameters that we can't go above the master module that they put on these units, but we can increase turning speed and certain reactionary speeds on these units. So you can see this is the large 22, which measures 23-inch wide seat. I have plenty of room on this seat here. So you can see I fit really comfortably on this unit. Now I am 6 foot tall, 220 pounds, but do remember you can always slide these armrests out to get more room in between the armrests. But this is a really fantastic unit that's very comfortable with somebody that might be a little bit more heavy set. Or hey, if you just want a chair that's a front wheel drive, that's got a lot of power, that's going to be built strong on 4 posts, and you only want to go with an 18-inch seat, you can also use this unit as well. So this will go on hard compact ground. I would not recommend taking this on soft ground because you will spin the tires. But if it's baseball fields, soccer fields, things like that, like we have Bahia grass out here in front, it has no problem going through that, but I would not go through St. Augustine or really sandy bottoms. So once again, this is the Jazzy Elite HD by Pride Mobility, the 450-pound weight capacity unit. If you have any questions, give us a call.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.